One. Hi, this is John Hooms, the Artistic Director of the Nashville Opera. I want to welcome you to our first masterclass of the new year. I want to say a couple of things about our project partners. I want to thank them for being partners with us, and that includes Tennessee State University, Dr. Robert Elliott, Head of Music Department, Fisk University, and the 105 Voices of History Choir, made up of singers from each one of the historically Black colleges and universities in the nation. These masterclasses are being made possible by wonderful sponsors. I'd like to mention them now. We want to say a special thank you to the National Endowment for the Arts, Opera America Innovation Grant, and the Ann and Gordon Getty Foundation, South Arts, and the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. And I also want to give a special thanks to our project manager, Patrick Daly, and you will hear more from him in a few minutes. We are very honored today to have a wonderful teaching artist with us, a gentleman that I've known for a long time. I met him at a summer festival years ago, and Lester, definitely one of my favorite singers around. Just a wonderful performer. So this is a baritone, Lester Lynch. He is very well known in the world of opera. Lester is known for his commanding voice and charismatic portrayals of some of the most important baritone roles, ranging from Scarpia to Rigoletto to Count de Luna. Some of Mr. Lynch's recent successes include appearances as Crown in Porgy and Bess for the Vienna Volksopera and La Scala, a return to Seattle Opera as De Luna in Trovatore, Renzo and Silvana with Scottish Opera, the title role of Dr. Faust in Dresden, and he also appeared in our production, Nashville Opera's recent production of Madame Butterfly as Sharpless. Mr. Lynch has worked with some of the world's most renowned conductors, such as Sir Simon Rattle, John Demain, Placido Domingo, and Andrew Davis, and performed under stage directors such as Christopher Alden and Francesca Zambalo. Also an accomplished concert artist, Mr. Lynch has performed a wide and varied repertoire with orchestras around the world, including the Berlin Philharmonic, the New York Philharmonic, Houston Symphony Orchestra, Cleveland Orchestra, and the American Symphony Orchestra. So please join me today and give a big thanks for Lester Lynch being here for this masterclass. Thank you, Lester, so much.
Thank you, John. It's a pleasure to be here, everyone. I know that, with this medium that we're going to do this masterclass through today, it can be a little bit of a challenge, singing into a microphone and being on camera and not having anyone around you. But look, I understand that as we're going through, and don't feel nervous about that. Don't feel nervous about me. I sat exactly where you're sitting, as I was coming up. And I want you to feel at ease and enjoy this time, all right? We're not here to beat anybody up. We're here to learn and have a good time together today, all right? So let's get to it, because we don't have a lot of time. Let's get to the first person, please, with Una Hora Amorosa.
Yes, hello, Lester. Mr. Lynch,
Hi.
we're so glad to have you. And so we are welcoming now tenor Isaiah Beatty.
Hi, my name is Isaiah Beatty. I'll be singing Una Hora Amorosa from Così fan tutte by Mozart. Una hora amorosa del nostro tesoro, un dolce a corpo
Okay, now, can you hear me? Great.
Yes, I
All
can.
right. That was wonderful. And I really appreciate the fact that when you brought the aria back, you had a nice dynamic change. That's really the way to do it. And I enjoyed that very much. Tell me something, Isaiah, have you been singing this aria for long?
Uh, yeah, probably about a year.
About a year, okay. There are a couple little things I want you to just, we're gonna work on the first couple phrases and just see if we can polish them a little bit, all right? So let's start it again. There's one thing I want you to think about when you start at this time, and that is rhythm. So I think, you know, this is in 3/8. So we're feeling the 8th note, but I think for our practice, I want you to feel the 16th note. All right. So you get 2 beats per beat, per big beat. All right. So if it's bum, ba, ba, bum, un aura amorosa del nostro tesoro. Okay, that way, so that we just get a real strong sense of the rhythm of the piece, because in the end, this really has to be treated more like a bel canto aria.
Yeah.
And you have to have a sense of rubato, okay, a slowing down and a kind of giving and taking with the rhythm. Okay, but underneath that, inside of you, you need to have a strong sense of that 16th note. Okay, so we're going to start with that. And the other thing I want you to think about this time, say the first phrase for me. Repeat it after me. Una hora amorosa.
Una hora amorosa.
Una hora amorosa.
Una hora amorosa.
Amorosa.
Amarosa.
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 Za.
Za.
Exactly.
Okay.
Una hora amorosa.
Una hora amorosa.
No, the alma rosa. So it's una hora amorosa. Excuse me. Amorosa, amorosa, amorosa. Try it.
Una hora amorosa.
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 That's exactly right. Now try it. Then the second phrase, del nostro tesoro.
Del nostro tesoro.
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 That's a Z sound, okay? Tesoro.
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 That's the one. Del is closed. There are only 7 vowels in Italian, so it's much easier than some other languages. But you do need to have closed and open for e and closed and open for o. So in this moment, del is more closed. So not del, but del. Del nostro tesoro. Try it.
Del nostro tesoro.
Del
Del
nostro
nostro
tesoro.
tesoro.
Te
Te
zo
zo
ro
ro
ro.
ro.
Okay, that's okay. So del nostro tesoro.
Del nostro tesoro.
Del nostro tesoro.
Del nostro tesoro.
Okay, so I want you to go back when we, later today, when we're not, doing the Zoom and all that, and you're just sitting at home, go back and listen to George Shirley sing this aria. Okay, he's a professor up in Michigan, and he was a tenor that sang, I guess, in the 60s and 70s at the Met. Try listening to him for a little bit, because he has really, really nice Italian with all these little these little things that I'm asking you to do, okay? So that might be helpful. The other person you could listen to, well, just start with George, all right? Start with George. So let's start from the beginning, feeling that 16th note, and with those cleaner vowels that we just talked about. Feel that 16th note for me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. That's good. That's really good. And thank you. I'm sorry. Daryl Nettles, your pianist, fantastic. Thank you so much. Look, that's much better. One of the things I'd like for you to think about trying to do is getting your breath a little bit lower. Okay, so we need the breath. Well, the first thing we're going to do is try and breathe into your back a little bit. That's the first thing I think we'll do. So could you just plant yourself on the ground, and you're just going to go over like this and breathe into your back, okay? So just go over kind of like in that shape. Go over, take a big breath, all right? Exhale, breathe in again. Exhale, and come on up. Okay, I want you to have a stronger sense of your back, because especially with this phrase, I really want you to be able to phrase it with your breath. And if we can, I'd love it if we could do it in one breath. Okay, so let's try that phrase in particular with a little bit more of your back, feeling your low back and the same places that you felt in your back when you were bent over. And I know we're doing this quickly. This we would spend a year on, you know, but for the purposes of this masterclass, I want to introduce you to thinking more about your back. So when you have a big phrase like this, I want you to, before that un dolce, I want you to think, okay, I'm going to breathe into my back, okay? Just a little bit more back support. So start from the phrase before, please. And then back expansion. Okay, start there. Del nostro, please. Okay, that's better. That's already better. Really quite nice, okay? Could you phrase for me, if you look at the music, you're gonna see porgera. So it has a little grouping for phrasing on the porgera, porgera. Can you give me a little bit of a Mozart kind of phrasing there? Yada badam bada. Para para diadam, like that, okay? So let's have that phrase, un dolce.
Un dolce
Yeah, so I think you can do the porgera a little bit better. Remember that the word is porgera, and Mozart has set this word perfectly for you. Porgera. So give me a little bit more on the A, okay? Porgera. Okay, all right? And I would say just a little bit steadier. So if this were, with the 16th notes, tesoro, un dolce, ri ba 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 dia da dia da dia da 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 dee dum. Okay, feel the 16th note, because this moment needs to be steady. Okay, so feel that. inside, all right? While you breathe into your back and while you pay attention to the phrasing, po hold your head, ah, okay? Can we try the un dolce again? Oh no, I'm gonna stop you, sorry, Isaiah. That first note is also important. We have to sing the first notes, which means you need to be completely ready for that first note. So what's the most important, anyone can answer this, what's the most important thing for to be a singer? The single most important thing. Does anyone know? Hello?
Breast support.
Yeah, breast support. Yep.
Breast support is extremely important, but there's even something that's more crucial than that to be a singer. It is the ear. If you can't hear the pitches or tuning, or how you should fit your voice with the orchestra or the piano, or how you should sing an O vowel, if you don't have an ear for that, then it's going to be tough for you to be a singer. You can create a voice, you can learn breath support, but the ear is something that's given. It's a gift. It can be further developed. You can learn that, oh, well, this is a C chord, you know, and so on and so on. You know, you can learn chord structures and all that. But when it comes to being a singer, the ear is the thing. So what you need to hear before you sing, you need to hear in your mind's eye that E and how you want that E to sound. This goes for everybody, whether it's piangero, piangero, every single thing that you sing, you have to be able to hear it in here before you produce it out there. So when it comes to the moment of hearing un dolce, I need you to hear that E on the un dolce, okay? So let's start again. And I know I'm starting you in the middle of a phrase. Ma, this is the thing. The aria starts with nothing as well, right? So this is a skill that you need. And also for the person that's singing tolna, that's also very difficult because you have to hear those pitches in your head clearly and have a sense of the timing. So, you know, all these things fit together. Let's have this un dolce moment. And I want you to hear clearly this E.
Un dolce
Okay, go on. That was quite nice.
Can we start over?
Sorry?
Okay. Un dolce ristoro porgerà un'aura amorosa.
Okay, let's talk about this diphthong a little bit. Aura, 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 aura. It's at the last moment. I don't want you to sing, una, una. This is not Italian, okay? Una, amorosa. Okay? So put the U vowel at the very last moment. It's going to go, una, right before the D. Okay, but on the D sharp, you're still singing ah. Okay, so let's have it from right there. Okay, can anybody tell me what's happening here? We have what's happening is that the nostro, you're giving us nostro, like aura. But there is no U here. So, del nostro, okay? Stay on the O, no U. Del nostro tesoro. Sorry, I don't sing the sorry. Okay, so let's try that. Let me have it on the That was much better with delaying that diphthong until just before the D. Really, that was quite good, Isaiah. Thank you. Okay, scusate. Let's check this note. Careful with the B, okay? He gives you a nice chord there. It's a really nice leading chord. Okay? Oh, that's the wrong chord, sorry. Be careful with the B. Again, it's back to the ear, everyone. The ear is essential, okay? The ear is essential. So try it again with, I want to hear un dolce dolce ristoro. Now here again, let's talk about this A. This is in a single line. So when you take your breath for this, note, be prepared for the A, of course. I mean, this is a no-brainer. You have to be prepared. But you're not going up there to stay for a long time. Okay, so it doesn't require any extra anything. You should just be prepared to touch an A, okay? But you must be prepared for it so that it doesn't come out a little bit below the pitch. Okay, so can we have it please, the phrase before? No, two phrases before. Let's start at the famous spot. And watch one thing. Your una mo. Okay, sing that for me once, Isaiah. Mo. Mo. It's really fast. What are they? 30-second notes. Mo. Really fast. Try it. Yeah, I don't hear the mo. Do you hear it?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, do you hear you doing it?
Oh, okay.
No, that's not quite right. I think you have a better one in there. Try it. Dr. Nettles, is that you? Can you help him with that, please? Just to play it.
Okay.
The M goes on the
Okay.
Try it. Ecco! All right. Bravissimo. Perfect. That's perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Nettles. Okay, let's try this moment. And when you get to the un dolce, don't open up too much. You don't need to go un do. You don't need all that because you're just going up to an A and you're just going to touch it. So be prepared for that note when you sing this note. Un dolce. And please don't straight tone. This is absolutely the classical period, not the Baroque. I mean, I don't even like the straight toning in the Baroque, but here for sure, we should not straight tone unless we're looking for a sound effect. And this is a beautiful aria. So we don't need the straight tone, no ugly sounds, okay? So keep each note alive. Un dolce, un dolce, no, okay? Never that. Can we try this
Lester,
phrase?
we have 2 minutes.
Thank you so much for letting me know, because I tend to go over. Una hora.
Una hora.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you. Okay, remember that it's same note. Unless you have a different edition, I have the same note on the por, and both times you change the por or something like that. Do you have the same note?
Should, yes.
Okay, so careful there. Okay, and the other thing is, I don't worry about forgetting the words. Everybody forgets the words. I forget the words all the time. But there is this idea that we talked about the heavy eighth note and the release. So you have it here. And you have it again. So each time, when you have these eighth note duples, these eighth notes together, restoro, jera. There's an argument that the jera, because the accent's on the ah, that you could sing actually longer also in the C sharp. But I think it's better to have jera. So the idea continues, but the note actually, you have some give and take within the notes. Okay, I know I'm probably out with my 2 minutes, but I just wanted to sing this phrase one last time. So can we have it from, just so that you get the idea about yam pam. Tiam-pam. This is part of the Mozart dance, you know? So tiam-pa-tam, tia-ta-tam, tiam-pam. Okay? Always keep that in mind. Can we have this phrase, ristoro. Try it. No, no, no. Just that, just that. No. Try it. You have a dot on that eighth note. Yeah. So it's a little bit longer. Okay, try it. No. Do it with me. Okay, by yourself. Perfect. Okay, I'm sorry we have to stop. Thank you so much. We could work for another hour. I'm so sorry. Great job. Great job.
Thank you, Lester. And now we have Miss Shauna Lewis, soprano.
Sorry. Alicia Stone? I'm sorry. Who's next? Oh, Shauna Lewis.
This is Shauna Lewis. Yes.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry. I had Miss Stone as the next person. Okay, so we're going to Puccini now. All right. Excellent. Please introduce yourself in the song.
Hello, my name is Shauna Lewis, and I will be singing O mio babbino caro from Gianni Schicchi by Puccini.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It's Gianni, not Gianni. It's Gianni Schicchi.
Gianni Schicchi.
Exactly. The I is silent. The I changes the quality of the J. So Gianni Schicchi, okay? Because you're going to introduce yourself, and I don't want people to think, oh no, she didn't know that before you sing, you know? So I'm telling you out of love, all right?
Thank you.
Gianni Schicchi, try it.
Gianni Schicchi.
Perfect. Do the whole thing again.
Hello, my name is Shauna Lewis, and I will be singing O mio babino caro from Gianni Schicchi.
Perfetto. That was gorgeous, first of all. Bravissima. Okay, look, there are some things that, that I want to talk to you about to make the performance even better, okay? It's excellent. And you're just a young lady, and really, really, I'm so happy that to hear you, and you sound absolutely, you're with Gwendolyn Brown, okay. All right, good, good. Brava, also Gwendolyn. You guys are doing great work. Look, I want to talk about the tempo, okay? You're a young woman. You're not expected to have the breath of Caballé or Leontine Price at this age. And also, I think you have to decide whether or not you are doing this piece when you sing it for an audition or for a competition. You have to decide whether or not you're singing this piece as a showpiece, which it is, or if you're singing it more as Lauretta, as more in the context of the opera. This is the first decision, because that will tell you how you're going to sing the piece. And if you are indeed in the opera and you're speaking to your father, then the tempo should be faster, because Lauretta is young. You don't want to sound like the matriarch, you know? You want to sound like a young girl speaking to her father, a little bit trying to convince him, a little bit of manipulation, I mean to say, okay? You know it's gonna work. I mean, at least you hope it's gonna work, because he's your dad, okay? So for our purposes, which one do you want to do? Do you want to do this as a showpiece, or you want to do this in the context of the opera? What's your idea? I can't hear you, honey.
I would like to do it in the context of the opera.
Okay, very good. Then I'm going to ask that you do something that's advanced. Okay, normally you have a conductor there to help you, but you are going to have to take the reins with rubato, and that means that for what you take, you have to give back. Okay, it's like a singer's bank account. You know, you take something out, you better put it back because, you know, at a certain point, you're going to stop making money. All right. So I want you to, when you take time, then get back to tempo. This is extremely important once you get into the romantic period with Verdi and Puccini, especially Puccini, Mascagni, you know, all these composers. Anyhow, so, and also, if you are doing it in the context of the opera, then I have to question one thing. This version that we have here, the first 1, 2, 3, 4 bars are just something that someone arranged. Those are not the bars from the opera.
Okay.
So when you get this will help you to get a different score that starts with the proper beginning. Okay, so right from the get-go, oh mio babino caro. Don't make it laborious. Oh mio babino caro. Okay? So a little faster tempo. And then what was the only thing? What I'm hoping when you're doing the faster tempo, there are two things I'd like to see you do. When you say, mi scrivo mi tormento, oh Dio, vorrei morire and then Babbo Pieta. Take your time for the breath. Do the portamento there so that the pianist knows when to come in. Okay, and hold this ta 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 forever. Forever. Spin it. Keep your breath. Don't open too much. Keep it spinning, okay? And hold it forever. And then take your time again. Babbo Pieta, Pieta. And hold that for the full full bar, okay? Which you did. But do the portamento up. You know why? Tell me why.
Oh, I'm not sure why.
Again, you bring in the orchestra. Okay? And these are the things that can make it, when you get with a maestro or a pianist, it's like you're having this communication. And with Puccini, you can communicate through these portamenti. Okay? That way they know where your downbeat's gonna be because they hear you doing the portamento. Okay? So let's have it again. And this time with that, a little bit more in the spirit of the young woman. Okay? Oh, let's have at least 2 bars. Okay, I want to talk about that phrase because that phrase, by saying this faster tempo, do not feel rushed.
Oh, okay.
Do not feel rushed. It's just an overall faster tempo. Take your time for your breaths. Okay? It's really, yeah, do not feel rushed, okay? I don't want you to feel at all uneased. Get your breath underneath you. You must breathe, you must support, okay? I want to talk about 2 things. Oh mio babino caro. I hear oh mio babino caro. I don't think you need all that. It's just your dear father. Oh mio bambino caro. Keep it sweet, okay? And then mi piace bello. Now here is where I'm talking about. Andate volta rossa. Keep that going. He said it perfectly. Go andare volta rossa. Okay? And give us a bam batiam batiatam. Give that to us, okay? Let's try it. Two bars, please. Okay, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you because I don't think you're taking enough time for your breath. Okay. Okay? It seems to me that you need a bit more time to get your breath and your support going. So, you know, if you can, I want you to watch some videos of a woman by the name of Latanya Moore. She has one of the fastest recoveries I've ever seen of a singer. I mean, besides Joan Sutherland, of course. So what do I mean by recovery? I mean, she can sing a phrase and breathe and support and be ready to sing the phrase very quickly. And that's something that I think you can work on, but until you have that, do not rush those breaths and your support, because you can't, like before, I said the ear is the #1 most important thing, but definitely #2 is breath and breath support. Okay? So do not, I know that you hear underneath you, bump, 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 that 16th note. I'm sorry, in this moment, you have to be a bit Montserrat Caballé. And if the orchestra or the pianist goes on without you, you must let them go and catch up. But do not rush your breath. Okay? Now, do I want you to be 2 beats behind? Absolutely not. But I do want you to get your breath, and eventually, once you have spent more time with your pianist or with your conductor, they'll know the spots where you need to breathe, but you need to be steadfast in those spots. Okay? That's why Puccini, Verdi, Mascagni, Leoncavallo, these guys, it's more difficult, a little bit more challenging for the singer. You're ready for it. But you must consider this idea that you need the time to breathe. Do not rush your breath, okay? There's one thing I want you to do. Oh mio bambino caro. So the M, the O, has an effect on the M. It's called a doppio mente. And so it means that you would simply sing 2 or 3 M's. Oh mio bambino caro. That's real Italian, okay? So I think you can start the aria a bit nicer. When he does biam bam bam tiam tam tam, oh mio bambino caro. Okay, really? Yeah, this is rhythm thing that I want you to feel more. Okay, let's have it from the beginning. Let's have it from the beginning. Breathe. Okay, I'm gonna stop you again. The CC, they have to be a little bit different.
Okay.
Sì, sì, ci voglio andare. Sì, 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 ci voglio andare. Okay? So can we have the phrase, you forgot to breathe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Start right there in that phrase. Vo andare porta rosa. Okay? Okay, now look, there's a spot here. You say this, sorry, turn 2 pages. The André sul ponte vecchio. You have all the time in the world to breathe, all the time in the world to breathe there. Why? Because vecchio, the word is vecchio. You don't need to sing vecchio. We don't need that. Vecchio is the word, okay? So, I mean, an eighth note and a half is enough. In that we have plenty of time to say, okay, and we need the butta, the Dopio Mente, the double T here, okay? Okay. Can we have breathe, okay? Right there?
Okay. The S la masindarno.
Yes.
Okay. Where the S la masindarno.
Sorry.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I know I started in the middle. That's a little difficult. Go on. André sul ponte. Right there? Okay. Now look, that's a big phrase. And just like I told Isaiah, sometimes you need a bit more support.
Yes.
So you and Gwendolyn are doing great work. But I would say here, you need, if you whatever you use for support, I would say get more down into your legs, get more down into your back, so that you can really sing mi strugo e mi tormento. Okay, can we have that phrase? It's quite a big phrase.
We're at
Yes,
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, look, Shauna, can I change this, please? I would like for you to do that phrase a little differently. First of all, where you put the strubo e mi tormento, It's got to be the same spot. And what do I mean by same spot? Same position, same breath. So don't open for the eh. Keep it in the oo place. Wherever you were for the strugo e mi tormento. No, okay? And then change everything. Mi strugo e mi tormento. Oh, and find an E vowel on that F that you can sing easily. I feel as though you're playing around with that E right now and it's not comfortable. Take your time getting into the odio.
Okay.
Odio. Do not come in on time, okay? I mean, I know that you're with the orchestra there, but they will eventually wait for you.
Okay.
Okay? Let me have the strugo and do not spread on the tormento.
Okay.
No, 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 I want to die. Vorrei morir, vorrei morir. Keep it together. Oddio, oddio. Vorrei morir. Don't break the vorrei morir. Let me have the oddio, please. And I still need to hear the D of dio. I hear a very kind of southern sloppy kind of D. I still need a D. Oddio. And actually, because of the O, the D should be double. That's what I'm missing. Oddio. I need more O. Oh, then nice breath. Take your time. Okay, can we have it please at Oddio? No, no. Break after the Oddio. Okay, break after the Oddio and then vorrei morir. I know you've been singing it the other way, but I'm sorry, Oddio, vorrei morir, vorrei. No, it just doesn't work. I'm sorry. I really feel it's better the other way. Of course, you sing it the way you want, but for the purposes of this class, for right now, Oddio, vorrei morir. Okay? I need the break. Try it. Hold it, 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 hold it. Portamento. Bravissimo.
Thank you. Thank you so
Excellent.
much.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. And now, thank you, Mr. Lynch. Now we have Miss Elisha Stone, mezzo soprano.
Okay, great. Elisha Stone. Miss Stone. That's a great name.
Thank
Okay.
you. Again, my name is Elisha Stone. I'll be singing Torna di Tito a lato from the opera La Clemenza di Tito by Mozart.
Con replicate
Brava.
Thank you.
Brava. Brava. I love this aria. And I love your performance of this aria. It's
Thank
really quite nice. So look, tell me something about this character.
Oh, okay. So Anyo, he's definitely in a space where he feels anguish for his friend. And so he's really trying to bring reason with him to tell him there's another way than just running away and quitting. That
Right.
you can amend, be man enough to just admit the wrong, admit the doing, and you can return to his side. I'm pretty sure that he will forgive you if you just, accept what you did and just be not humble, but come forward about it.
Yeah, I think they have plotted to, if I'm mistaken, I've never performed this opera, but I'm sure, I think the plot is that they tried to burn him alive, right?
Yeah, he almost was banished, so he had to run away.
Right. But they tried to kill Tito.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he just, took his coffee.
Right.
He tried to kill him.
Literally.
It didn't work. That's the good
Right.
news. It didn't work. But
Right.
it is a serious moment. And you are speaking directly to someone. Okay? You're telling him over and over again, return, torna. All right? Admit what you did wrong and ask for forgiveness. Torna. It's a command. And you're speaking to someone. So in this moment with this aria, I think that it's important that I don't want you to be going like this, and doing all that, but I do think that you should speak in your most kind of keeping your posture that you would have because you're a boy, and also that you're telling your friend what he needs to do to save himself. Okay? So you have a strong conviction in you of a belief that this is going to be the right thing for him. So when you sing this, I need you to be a bit more strong with the torna. And I also want you to each one of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 tornas on the first page. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tornas on the second page. Every single one of them needs to be a little bit different. Return because your family will miss you. Return because this is where your work is. Return because you're going to be able to marry the woman that you love. And all these reasons why he needs to return. Return because you're my best friend.
Right.
Okay? But each one has to have a specific reason behind it. Okay? So I want you to start it again. And I want you just to feel a bit more in your body, this character, and how the character affects your body. This does not change your breath support. Okay? This does not change what you do up here for your position. Okay? Those things are maintained through every character.
Right.
But for the purposes of Anyo, you need to have a bit more of this kind of shoulders back and, this way, all right? Really command him, okay? Convince him. So let's start it again. This time I'll stop you. Oh, I want to talk to you about one more thing, I'm sorry. It's the same issue with Mozart. And maybe this is just me being a bit old school, but I really love to hear the stronger, the stronger. So in other words, this heavy, soft. I really want to hear a bit more of that. Okay? So that it was the same thing with it's just nice Mozart phrasing. Okay?
Okay.
You don't always need to do it, but in a moment like lato, it goes with the word so perfectly. And it also, you know, it says something about the word itself. So let's have it from the beginning, please, and with a bit more posture and a bit more breath support. No, I don't. I get the sense that the that you're not, sorry, that you're not ready for this note. So you have this lato, 1, 3, 4, and in the 3, 4, before you sing the D, you're already hearing the D. Okay, so I want you to be there. And also the other thing is he gives you a very nice beginning. Tum, ta-tum, to. Do not be tentative about your first note. I know it's not the normal kind of entrance, but you need to be very definite about where you put the T for the downbeat of the second bar. Tornadi, tornadi, hito, elato. Okay? All right, very good, very good. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Okay, here I'm going to stop you. I'm not sure. Can you sing that? Can we have that phrase? And when you get to can you try it? Okay, stop for me again. This note. I didn't quite hear that clearly, okay? So when you start this is exactly what I'm talking about with the torna. Torna. So what is this first torna? When you have this torna, what is that one saying? What are you saying with that one?
Well, the most important one is the second one. So the first one is the return is more like return, like I don't really know what to think about there.
Okay, so why don't you make that one personal? Why don't you say return because you're my best friend?
Okay.
And then return because your woman is there.
Okay.
And you can have her. So these two are very important.
Okay.
And tonight, when you're going through this aria and kind of recapping, think about, go through and write in what each one's going to mean, okay? And be careful when you get this. So you say, then this. Okay, be careful with that note. Always hear before you sing, okay? Yes, so let's try it right there. Okay? Okay, I want you to do something for me. How are we doing on time? No one's there. Okay. I want you to do this for me. Ha, 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 ho, 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 ha, 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 ha. I need a bit more energy and breath going through. ha 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 ho 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 ha 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 ha. Try it. Okay, now I want you to put your hand on your abdomen, and I want you to bounce your abdomen each time. So, ha, out, ha, out, ha, in, out, ha, 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 ho, 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 ha, 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 ha. Try it. Good. I want you to think a bit more, be a bit more careful with the pitches. I'm going to ask Dr. Nuttall to play with you. Okay? Give me the next one in F. Go up to F, please. Okay, what you're trying to do on each one is make your abdominal wall go all the way to your back. So all the way in, ha, 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 ha. Believe it or not, we're bouncing the abdominal wall, but this is for the back. Okay, because I want to wake up your back a little bit. Okay, try one more in F sharp. Bounce the abdominal wall. Keep your hands here, nice and low. Try it again. Okay, good. Can I have this phrase? It's a big one. I want you to really feel as though you have some muscles down here that can help you for this phrase. Okay? Right on that. Con. No, stop, stop. You can't take a breath in the middle of the word, okay? So, let's see. You know, the thing is that I think the issue is you need to hear these notes, but not sing too heavy. Okay, so because I believe that yeah, I think the thing is that you're pressing maybe a little bit too much on the first ones. Don't sing until you get to the just sing that. Hear all the pitches clearly. Keep the ear alive. But just, you don't have to put out too much sound on this beginning. Sing, sing, sing. Okay? Breathe into your back and try this phrase again for me. Okay, not bad at all. You could take after sorry, okay? You could breathe after the emenda before the pro, okay? But if you do take that breath, don't apologize for it, okay? Just get the breath that you need and go on. But I would prefer that you do it in one breath. Let's continue. Is that my 2 minutes? Can we start at the, this is after that phrase.
after it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Now, with a word like dolore, tell me what this word means. Grief. So with dolore, bring out the dolore. So la cerva fu dolore, dolore. Okay, so give us a little appoggiatura, okay? And the dolore. And remember, this getting into the B section of this, the color of the instrument, the color of the voice has to change a little bit. And you can change that with the words. Your bitter grief, okay? Your bitter grief. You know, so this is a bit more maybe maybe it could be a bit brighter, a bit darker, a bit softer, a bit louder. You have to decide. I don't want to give it to you, but definitely we need the appoggiatura on dolore, and we need a color change as we go into B minor here, right? Is this B minor? No, E minor. Okay, so as you get into E minor, definitely change the color a little bit, okay? So can we have the then change the color, okay? Right there, the torta, not before.
Lester, 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. Yes. Okay, again, I'm sorry, I have to stop you because these, that little bit of weight has to be there. Okay? Now, there's one more thing here. Before you get to the E minor section, these tornas, you know, I want you to feel as though you have like a rod going through here, your temporal muscles. I think they can help you. Just do this for me. Put your hand here into the side of your head, like this area, the temporal muscle. Okay? Try to breathe into that area. Now sing the tordana. Yep, I went better. One more time, breathe in that area. I'm looking for a little bit better tuning on these tordanas. And I'd like for you to maybe have a bit more of the position in a bit stronger place for those, okay? We need the chiaro and the scuro, all right? And in this moment, meaning the dark and the light part of the sound. And so I just wanted a slightly better position here. We'll continue to work on that. So let's have this, and then give me the B section with a different color. So, same place. Good. Good. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop you. I want you to sing for me the penultimate phrase. The penultimate phrase, okay, to the ending there. Just that. Okay, so the issue is what to do with this phrase, right? I'm going to say that you should do a little bit of a retard with the last 4 16th notes. Okay. Try it again. Going on. Okay, good. Now look, we're going to stop. Remember that you're a boy, okay? So your gestures have to be boy-like. Yeah. So when you say torna to him, it needs to be more of a command, okay? And just be careful that your hands are not too fluid, okay?
Yes.
But really excellent, excellent, excellent. It's a great aria for you. I'm so glad you're singing this.
Thank you
Brava.
so much. Thank
sure.
You.
All right. Thank you, Lester.
It was a pleasure.
So I think we're getting ready to turn it over, preparing for Q&A. But before we do that, I have to make sure I acknowledge a couple of people. Of course, Dr. Nettles, our collaborative pianist for this entire series. So we want to acknowledge him. Thank you, Dr. Daryl Nettles, also the head of choral vocal studies here at Tennessee State University. Dr. Jeffrey Tackett, who is running all of the sound and all of those things. So to make sure that this happens. So thank you, Dr. Tackett. And also, Professor Cameron Walls, who has been helping run logistics around here and ensuring that we have these kids are in place where they need to be. So this has been a team effort.
Okay, we have a little bit of time for questions with Lester Lynch, if anybody has any questions. We have about 5 minutes maybe. Do you have anybody have anything they would like to ask Lester? This is a great chance to ask someone who has had and has a wonderful career all around the world.
Well, as they're formulating questions, I would like to, I love the exercise that you did with Elisha. If you wouldn't mind just sharing a little bit more about what that exercise helps to do.
That exercise, it gets about 20 things. And that's why I love it so much. It's one that, it can wake you up if you need to warm up quickly. It stretches the inside of the body, which is something that you need. You need to stretch the inside of the body and get the mechanism ready for singing. This is extremely important. It also relaxes all the muscles around the larynx. So it gets the mastoid, it stretches the mastoid, which also helps to release the tongue, which we need. And by releasing the tongue, we can get more into the occipital muscles in the back. And also open that mastoid spot from the back. And once the mastoids are more open down into the clavicle, the larynx will naturally drop. So instead of saying, hey, I need you to get your larynx down, we talk about getting the breath low with the abdominal wall, which helps to obviously release the larynx. We talk about getting the doing those ho-ho-ha-ha so that the mastoid muscles are released. That gets the clavicle to release, which will help to release the larynx, and also releases the tongue, which will get the sound more into the house. So it does about 1 million things, and it's a fantastic exercise. I'm so glad you asked about it.
Thank you. So let's see, we have our students coming up on the screen. Oh, I see Miss Caitlin Virgis has a question.
Yes, my question would be, are there any specific exercises or things that you may suggest doing so that sometimes you don't go too dark or too far back, I guess, within like your throaty kind of singing? I don't know how to word it better.
Well, I mean, look, some people will talk about singing, as far as not letting the voice go back. They talk about singing into the bullseye. People have done that throughout the years, plenty of singers. I mean, I think even Birgit Nilsson. But you have to be really careful that if you're going to place the voice in this position, meaning between the eyes here, that you don't get stuck and start kind of shoving the voice in one direction. So that's why I like to think about a lot of things going on at once as far as position's concerned, so that the voice doesn't get too far back. And that is still the bullseye, all right? And having that as a place where the voice goes through, but also the Morella Freni, Luciano Pavarotti spot on the hard palate here. Okay, probably shouldn't be putting my hands on my mouth. Okay, the hard palate is another spot just there. And then, believe it or not, when this spot back here is open, okay, that spot back there, this lovely backside of my head, that's the middle spot, just at the top of the spine, where the spine sits, where the skull sits on the spine. That spot, you need to feel like somebody took a nail and like put a hole there so that that's open, this is open, and this is open. So with those three spots, the voice will loop and go into the house. And you won't have, that kind of sound, you'll have all three. So all three places, and then some breath support, of course, underneath that.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. It's so important, the position of the voice. This is a super important thing. It takes some time to learn, but certainly I've heard such great students today. I'm so proud of you guys.
Well, Lester, thank you so much for being here today. Patrick, thank you for arranging this as well, and thank you to our singers today.
Thank you.
I want to say a quick thank you to our project partners, Tennessee State University, Dr. Robert Elliott, Head of Music Department, Fisk University, and the 105 Voices of History Choir. And I want to say a special thank you to our sponsors, the National Endowment for the Arts, Opera America Innovation Grant, and the Ann and Gordon Getty Foundation, South Arts, and the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. And as always, thank you, Patrick. You do so much for this, and thank you for hosting today with these terrific singers. And Dr. Nettles, thank you so much. Wonderful job. Lester, I can't thank you enough for being here today. I do a lot of auditions, and because this is a business of singing, one thing I always ask myself in these auditions when I hear somebody sing is do I feel okay asking people to pay money to hear someone sing? And I would pay to hear you sing, Lester.
Thank you, sir.
Quite a voice. Quite a voice.
It's always, John, you are such a fantastic director. Whenever we're working together, it's always like I'm coming home. It's just so great. So I can't wait till the next time. Just because you really, like I've always said, you should teach the class on how to be a great director. Honestly.
Well, I greatly appreciate that, and thank you to everyone here. Thank you, people that have been listening in, and Lester, thank you again. This has been really, really terrific, and you're a wonderful teacher. And thank you for sharing that talent with us today.
Of course, of course, it's a pleasure.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next month with another masterclass, and please join us then.
Stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe. Thank you so much.